The fairy tale was complete. In one of the most extraordinary stories in the sport's history, Iraq, a country in turmoil, were champions of Asia. Iraq's unexpected 1-0 victory against Saudi Arabia in the final of the 2007 AFC Asian Cup established them on the world football map. Victory seemed to herald a new era of optimism.
Football united the Iraqi people after the national team's victory in the Asian Cup. It's the sport that has always united us, and it remains the most popular sport here in Iraq. Every country in the world has a passion for football, and here we are no different. For us too, every match is a major event.
The triumph of the national team in the Asian Cup was a way of bringing some joy back to the people who had suffered so much. It was football, and especially that win, that restored the smile to the faces of the Iraqi people.
For 3 decades, the people of Iraq have suffered. Saddam Hussein's brutal dictatorial rule ended in 2003 when a US-led invasion removed him from power. And since then, Iraqis have set about rebuilding their lives. But 7 years on, and the birthplace of civilization is still struggling to emerge from the darkness of civil war. Whilst terrorist attacks have become less frequent over the past 2 years, the number of suicide bomb blasts in the country since the fall of Saddam still tops 1,700. Each one brings a tale of devastation and the loss of innocent lives. Iraq hosted its first home game for almost a decade last July, and 50,000 fans packed Al-Sha'ab stadium for the match against Palestine. But the condition of stadia, deterioration of the security situation, and infighting within Iraq's football administration plunged the domestic game into chaos. The start of the Premier League season was postponed from October to December last year, and plans for expansion and regional divisions were scrapped. There's also been much confusion over fixtures, with games being changed at a moment's notice. Al-Jawiya, or Air Force Club, Baghdad's oldest team, was founded in 1931 by a group of Iraqi pilots flying for the RAF when Iraq was known as the British Mandate of Mesopotamia. The team faced many challenges, both practical and logistical, including poor facilities, transportation difficulties, and the ever-present security issues. But when Saddam Hussein's son Uday was chairman of the Football Federation and National Olympic Committee, effectively running sport in the country, things were much worse.
The psychological pressure that players were subjected to undoubtedly had a negative impact. The players used to be severely punished, sometimes even beaten. Many things went on that were so damaging to football here. The big difference now is we have freedom. Now any player is free to play football, to turn pro, and even travel abroad.
One man who's recently returned to the domestic football scene in Baghdad is Abdul-Jalil. After nearly 15 years coaching abroad and now into his 60s, the coach of Al-Jawiya felt conditions were right to return.
What made me come back to Iraq was the stability of the country and the improvements that have been made to it. The financial situation's also improved, so it was a combination of these changes that made me return.
Abdul-Jalil also represented Iraq as a player. His greatest moment on the pitch came in 1974 when he scored the goal that secured a 1-1 draw with the then world champions West Germany. As a coach, he's won promotion to the Iraqi top flight with 6 different sides, and in 2005 he led Al-Jawiya to the Premier League title.
My ambition, amid the wretched situation that existed because of the Iran-Iraq war and the one after it that lasted up until 3 years ago, was to work calmly outside the country and look for opportunities that would improve me as a coach. This came about through coaching courses and attending training sessions with other clubs. It came about through monitoring other leagues, the ones in Qatar, around the Gulf, Arab leagues and even European leagues. But in fact, I wasn't really at ease when I was abroad. I wasn't relaxed or content when I was working there. It was nothing like the satisfaction I get from working here, and that's despite all the tribulations Iraqi football is facing.
Al-Jawiya, seen here in blue, have twice won the double, most recently in 1997, but haven't taken a Premier League title for the last 5 years. That's been dominated by clubs from the Kurdistan region of northern Iraq, Erbil winning 3 consecutive championships before Dahuk lifted the trophy this season. The standard of the league has of course been affected by the volatile situation, which saw countless players and coaches flee abroad. And in 2007, several players in the Iraqi Olympic squad sought asylum whilst on tour in Australia, rather than returning home to Baghdad. Just last month, during a Premier League match near Mosul, a triple suicide bomb attack left 10 dead. But Al-Jawiya supporters, drawn mainly from Baghdad's most volatile region, which is largely under the control of the Shia militias, are determined to support their team and remain as passionate as ever.
Al-Jawiya means everything to me. It's my heart and soul. It comes before my family. That's what this club means to me.
This club is my second home. I've dedicated most of my time, ever since I was a child, to supporting Al-Jawiya, and hopefully my children will follow in my footsteps.
I come to watch the matches regardless. In 2005, even when there were bombings and killings in the streets, we still came to the stadium.
The 2007 Asian Cup showed that football can deliver triumph amidst the worst adversity. And the fortunes of the game will continue to play an important role in the everyday life of many Iraqi people.